Goals for Basecamp is to learn to use the Canvas tools to provide grades and feedback to students. Of course, when we do this, students then also begin to expect to find current and accurate grades when they log in. And this can become a 24-hour thing as opposed to specifically asking you during class once or twice a week. So let's talk about grading and feedback and the importance of it for the learning process. Feedback impacts student engagement with the course, the instructor, and peers. When feedback happens, the impact is usually positive, meaning higher engagement and increased motivation to perform. When feedback does not happen, the impact can be negative. So the charts that you're seeing on the slide are from the 2017 Community College Survey of Student Engagement, in which Chandler Gilbert participated. If you're not familiar with this survey, it is a paper and pencil survey randomly administered in class during the spring term. And you can view the results of the entire survey as well as a lot of other data at the CGCC Office of Planning and Research website. From that same survey comes this chart. When asked how likely specific issues would cause them to withdraw from class or this college, academically unprepared was one in which 40% of students surveyed indicated that not being academically prepared might cause them to withdraw from the class. So, what impact can we make here as teachers? Do you often feel like this when you're grading papers for your students? It's like nothing you do ever makes a difference. But then you have the other side of the coin, right? These students work really hard and they keep you on your toes. And they always want to know where their grade is like 2 hours after they turn it in. What can we do to meet the needs of all of our learners in their learning process? And is it all about the grade? I would argue that the grade itself is an important benchmark for students to gauge their process, but feedback is actually the most important and impactful part of grading. Student feedback needs to be regular and consistent. It also needs to be timely. When feedback isn't timely, students are disengaged and demotivated. It's important to build regular feedback loops into your teaching practice. Even your high performance students need and expect to receive regular and timely feedback. And it's important to give it, even those straight A students. Rarely does a student complete an assignment that shows no room for growth or change. Taking the time to provide valuable feedback and to question students on their underlying assumptions can help prevent even the most successful students from just striving to get that A. Feedback should be fast. And no, I don't mean being overly speedy. Feedback should be fair. No matter how much we might diverge on instruction, fairness is what all students are looking for. Fairness is about consistency, which means agreeing on the rules of the game. If students believe the game is unfair, they will disengage and stop playing the game. Feedback should be accurate. So here's an example. Let's say I'm a math teacher and a couple of my students don't speak English at home. That B plus that one of my students received, was that a reflection of their mathematics or what their English language literacy was? Accuracy means we test what we think we're testing. Feedback should be specific. Here, we'll go with another example. Let's say I'm a chorus teacher. You begin singing and I'm providing feedback, but I don't speak generally saying, I think you need to be more musically adept. I'll say something along the lines of sing higher or lower, or louder or softer. In other words, I should be very specific with my feedback. An effective grading system gives specific feedback that allows the student to know how to get better. And feedback should be timely. A good grading system lets the student know how to improve things over time. One of the least helpful ways to give grades is at the end of the semester when it's too late to do anything about it. Consider this. If you were being given a performance review, would you prefer to have it when you have time to improve? Feedback needs to be timely for students to effectively take action and do something about it. Another reason providing timely grades and feedback to students through the Canvas gradebook is that the data is going to help CGCC identify at-risk students and target them for escalated support in an effort to boost student success and improve retention rates. Dropout Detective is integrated within Canvas and draws upon information such as due dates, graded assignments, and access frequency to provide a risk index for each and every student at Chandler Gilbert. You can see why missed assignments and missing grades could inadvertently cause inaccurate risk scores for your students. As an instructor, you will have a dashboard for each course you are teaching. Chairs, advisors, coaches, athletic directors, and others might have dashboards in an effort to support students across courses from varying perspectives. Fortunately, this process starts with you. As the instructor, you know your course and your students best, so you are in the best position to address at-risk students early. We will also be putting into place a process by which you will be able to choose to escalate at-risk students when you are no longer able to help them on your own and you need to call in reinforcements. There's more information about Dropout Detective in the Basecamp course.